Coach, as you know, being over in Orlando, still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
And logo. 6-6. Pull it high. Check 9. Check 9. Check. Protein spill. Check it back. Shoot.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Bravo.
Check 52 is the mic. Check 52 is the mic.
Give me that ball.
2nd and 11. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. Come on, the ball. 52's the mic. Watch Mike. Watch Mike.
And let's pin them here. Hey, exit.
Mike,
Yeah.
Hey, young D. Exit.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Ready, blue 80.
Mike, 45. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
51. Ready to go.
They'll run for the first time with Peyton Barber. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
Well, to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Ryan setting up the screen here. It's Barber. And he gets it down to the 32. That one a first down pickup of 8.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Running is Barber. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Mike 53. Check. Crunch.
On 2nd down, Barber. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here we go. Ready to go. 53 to Mike. 53. Check.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2nd and 5 now. Ryan, and he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rashad Perriman. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
2nd and 1 at the 34-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Big series right here. We got to step it up. Check it. Check 99. Alert 3.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Hey, high 7. Look at me, zipper.
52.
On 1st and 10, Stokes. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Yeah, let's get second.
2nd and 1. Looking middle, and that's complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 42.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Let's go.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Let's get off the field. Check 52's the mark. Check 52's the mark. Let's go. Deep, tighten up.
Back to throw. Stokes. Caught. It's Wilson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
2nd and 2. This one caught by Ridley. And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards there and a first down.
And the Falcon first down.
Here we go. 70, Indy.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Buccaneers 7, Falcons nothing.
Come on, set. 60 or.
I know he ain't got it.
Hey, box truck. Hey. Hit it.
Throwing on first down. Stokes looking for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
You're not ready.
61, matchbox lights. Go. Hey! Motion. Ready?
Throwing again. Stokes. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Hey, Alpha.
45. Mike, 45. I got you, boy. Hey, check Mike, 45.
Yes.
Check Mike.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Hey, echo.
Check. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45.
Go.
You got nothing.
Shoot.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. The wind is at his back here in the 2nd quarter. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Here we go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Now it's Barber. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Hey, check! 22! Check four! Get up!
Throwing on second and long. Ryan. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he's into the clear. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10. Barber on first and 10. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two.
Brings up second and 12.
Oh, boy, I know you felt that one.
30-yard line.
I know you felt that one.
Ready! Blue 80!
53 is the mic.
Hey, keep it up! Keep it up!
On second and 12, Ryan. It's caught. Smith. Give him 6 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up third and 6.
Ready! Right 25!
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day.
On third down, Ryan. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Hey, wahoo!
52, Mike, 52.
Following the fumble recovery. Stokes, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Ready, Blue 80! Blue 80!
45.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Ryan. It's caught by Mike Evans. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long.
Check!
From the gun, it's Ryan. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 30-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
5.
Bang it. 52.
Looking to throw. Stokes nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin White, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Undercross, X3, 218, chop.
To throw on 3rd down. Stokes is going to fire one deep. Middle. He's got a man. Complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 47 yards.
First down, Falcons.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hey, Steve 6. Yep.
Back to throw. Stokes complete to Jones. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League.
Let's go. 52 is the mic right here over there, right?
Look at me, zipper. Go.
2nd and 3. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown.
Touchdown, Atlanta.
Calvin Ridley, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point attempt here still to come. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece.
That ties the game at 10.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First down, they go with Barber again. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Right 25. Ready, son. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. Ready to go.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Ryan. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Now Ryan. That is caught. It's Perriman. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So we have reached halftime here at a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Now Ryan on first down. This goes to Barber, the running back. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Don't get nervous. Slam. 39. Base. Greystone, travel.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 36. They'll throw on first down with Ryan.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Back to the running game with Barber. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Tuesday.
From the shotgun, Ryan looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
At the 22-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Kill.
Once again, it's Barber. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
Ready, blue 80, Mike 25.
Number 53, Mike 53. Hey, pick your game up. Slay it.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Kill.
It's a pickup of 3.
Watch twist.
They'll go again to Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. And the blitz does come. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Brashad Perriman with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Hey, come on, oh, come on, oh. Now.
2nd down and inches. Throw right side caught by Ridley. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd down.
Come on, set. 70, Indy.
Double time, double time.
Hey, high 7.
52 is the mic, boy, 52. Yo. Yo.
Now.
52, right 52. I'm coming
Hit
up.
it.
Looking to throw. Stokes. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. This quarterback now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's first and 10.
Go.
I'm coming for you.
Ready?
Back to throw. Stokes. Caught by Wilson. 33 yards that time.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10.
It's our time.
Hey, orbit.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic. Come, baby. I'm coming, baby.
Hey. Shoot.
Looking to throw. Stokes. Looking left side, and it's complete. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
You don't want nothing, baby. You don't want
Hey.
You don't want to see me. You don't want
This is Freeman on first and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12.
Hey, Delta.
45. Mike, 45. Coming. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Yeah. Get it.
Operating from the gun. Stokes. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Watch the slant. Check 45.
Go.
Check 45 to Mike. Wild Bill.
Go.
Back to throw. Stokes. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw is Ryan. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Here we go.
To throw again, Ryan. He'll find Barber out of the backfield. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Here's Ryan. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Touchdown. And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. But how about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
The point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Switch. Back.
They'll start on the ground with Barber. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The carry for Barber. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 34-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Ryan. This will be dumped off to Barber. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 1st down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a draw play. This is Jones. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Recon, 132 fighter. Check. 22. Space.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. On third down, Ryan. Over the middle, complete. That's Barber. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Give him 30 yards there.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful because if you give it right back, there goes your lead.
Have to be extremely happy with their defense. They received a gift, that takeaway. Even though they're deep in their own territory, now they have the football. And you know there's always that alpha on defense, that grouchy guy. Forget what the coaches said. I'll guarantee you, he told the quarterback, we just took care of you. Now you take care of us.
To throw on second down, Stokes. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 21, and they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Sean, ready, back 25.
Ready?
On 1st down, it's Barber. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They face a second down, but they are in field goal range. On second and a yard, Ryan. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Good one, boys. Let's go.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
52. Mike 52.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Back two is the Mike.
No.
Back two. Three buzz.
Back to throw. Caught. It's Wilson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, wahoo! General West. Hey, Charlie.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic.
Yo, go, go.
Here we go.
Now.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
5.
52, Mike, 52.
Hey.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, C6.
Check that.
Oh.
Right here.
Ready?
He'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on fourth down.
We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. 45, Mike, 45. Silver.
Smoke. Yeah. Shoot.
On fourth down, Stokes. And he locates Luke Wilson. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
Bravo.
Let's go, D. 45.
Good.
I got you, son.
They'll look to throw. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Hey, shoot.
52's the mic, boy. 52.
Yep.
Here I come.
Get it.
Second and 5. This complete to Jones. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll put it out to the 25. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Ryan. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
It leads to second and 10.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Get ready. Get ready. No. 51, jump. Under 10. 10. Say. Get out.
One last shot for Ryan. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Atlanta, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.